What's going on YouTube? I'm your host with the most, Johnny Rogers, bringing you a sequel we know you'll actually enjoy. In our first video, we outlined some surprising and hilarious alternate versions of Magneto, ranging from Jester Magneto to X-Men Magneto, where he joined forces with the good guys, of all things, you know. However, today we'll be crossing into new territory, so do me a favor and leave behind your keys, your belt buckle, and anything metal you own, because we're about to enter the top 10 alternate versions of Magneto, Part 2. Coming in at number 10, Magneto Earth 691. We get our first viewing of Magneto Earth 691 in the comic book Guardians of the Galaxy number 9, seen here. Now, Magneto was leading a pretty normal mutant life, as normal as you can, on Earth until the government decided to release the Sentinels on all mutant kind. A Sentinel is basically a bunch of mutant hunting robots. Magneto has always had a soft spot for keeping his kind safe, and as a result of this new attack, he takes as many of them that are left into a spaceship to escape. And once they escape, they land on a moon of Saturn, and who knew that was a safe place? He was then forced by a challenge of his authority to send all of the remaining mutants back into space just to escape. Coming in at number 9, the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. In the X-Men comic What If Volume 2, number 13, we find Magneto in charge of a Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, who soon changed their name to just Brotherhood of Mutants. Very smart PR move if you ask me. Why tell people you're evil if you can just show them? The original team consisted of Toad, no, not that Toad, the Blob, Beast, and Angel, along with Nightcrawler and the Iceman Bobby Drake, who unfortunately doesn't really last that long in this series. This version of Magneto is seen again in X-Men Blue when an admittedly older Magneto decides that his only way to ensure the mutant race lives on is to bring back the Brotherhood to seek destruction against those who oppose mutants being equal to humans. Number 8, Magneto Earth 2159. In this version of Magneto, he's still kind of leading the resistance against the X-Men, but only after his team was founded when Apocalypse murdered his best friend, Charles Xavier. Magneto was rocking a kind of cool Silver Surfer look, and in this version, he looks pretty dope doing it. Number 7, President of the United States. Now, if you thought a reality TV show star with being president was crazy, I got news for you. Yeah, that's right. There's a version of Magneto who was sworn in as the US president. Now, it wasn't the type of mutant takeover that you would expect. It was actually quite diplomatic. After becoming the senator of Washington, Magneto set forth bigger plans. 2 things you should know. Number 1, he entered as a Republican, and he had a very high approval rating because, well, he was the first mutant to run for office. Although not everyone was on his side. A ton of anti-mutant groups formed, opposing his messages, and even set fire to his lawn as a message. Although he quickly put that out by just covering his lawn with metal. Who needs a lawn anyways? Number 6, the Secret Empire. In this reality, it shows a Magneto that turns over his values and beliefs that were built out of being a survivor of the Nazi Holocaust. He used violence at any cost to keep his people safe. But in the Secret Empire storyline, he's faced with a new decision. A newly evil Captain America asks Magneto to ignore the fact that Hydra has a new influence over the United States. In return of looking away and just turning a blind eye from this fascist regime, he's awarded with a massive land to keep as a safe haven for mutants. I mean, it's kind of disappointing because we're not used to a Magneto just giving up like that, especially when Hydra is on a dark path of repeating Nazis' history. Number 5, Follow the Leader. In the New Mutants Volume 1, number 49, Magneto has risen to lead the mutants in collaboration with the Hellfire Club, all hell-bent on fighting humans who oppose the mutants. However, they take it to extreme lengths by just tormenting them, and even referring to Homo sapiens as subs, meaning subhuman. That's crazy. Subhuman? Number 4, Wheelchair Magneto. Remember those Sentinels from before? Well, they're back and in charge of North America. We find a Magneto, however, in a wheelchair, and like his compatriots, he's being held in a mutant concentration camp. In this issue of Days of Future Past, Magneto's powers are of no use because of an inhibitor collar that he has around his neck. Even with the loss of his powers though, it's believed that he devises a plan for the mutants to escape and send Kate Pryde's spirit back through time. As if escaping a prison wouldn't be difficult enough, this guy just doesn't quit. Even after after Franklin Richards is able to disable all of the inhibitors and release the mutants from the camp, Magneto stays behind to make sure that they get out safe. I smell a Nobel Peace Prize if you ask me. Number 3, Magneto Earth 9796. In this timeline, the villain Juggernaut has killed the X-Men and without realizing doomed the fate of humanity. Being that there wasn't any X-Men on Earth to stop future evils, the Sentinels were built in mass to defeat any remaining mutants with just a single strike. Magneto sees what's happening and makes his return to Earth from the Stranger's planet, but it's far too late. When he arrives, he held Juggernaut responsible for everything. Even after escaping back to the Stranger's planet, where he has created this utopia for the remaining mutants and humans to live together, Juggernaut still finds a way to find the secret community and, much like before, doom them all. Number 2, JFK assassination. Now, I've always been into the conspiracies surrounding the JFK assassination. That's why this Magneto storyline in the Days of Future Past is especially interesting. JFK was seen as a voice for civil rights of all Americans. So in this universe, it's clear to see that mutants would fall into that category as well. Magneto was seen as a terrorist though by the US, but in a strange twist of fate, he was actually trying to use his abilities to sway the bullet in question that assassinated the president. Although unfortunately, he missed his target when the Secret Service agents just tackled him to the ground. Last but not least, the Savior. Professor X and Magneto have definitely had their differences. However, when Charles Xavier becomes the victim of an alien plague that paralyzes his body completely, Magneto, also known as Magnus in this universe, joins forces with Charles to overtake Baron Strucker, the source for all of their problems. Magneto overpowers Baron by using his powers to manipulate magnetic fields, turning Baron's metal claw into this big red fiery mess, thus saving Professor X. And that has been Top 10 Alternate Versions of Magneto Part 2. To see more videos like this, click the playlist on the screen. Make sure to stay up to date with our newest videos by hitting that subscribe button. And you know what? Give us a thumbs up, okay? If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up. And let us know in the comment section which Magneto you prefer. For now, I've been Johnny Rogers, and until next time we meet, take care.